Hello dear friends and welcome to my newest video. So I wasn't planning on recording a voiceover, but I didn't want to use music for some reason. So I can tell you the idea behind this bedroom is Pinterest. And not just that. I was reading an old fanfiction about Renesmee from Twilight, and her bedroom was described to be dark wood and lilac. And I just thought that was amazing. I thought that this was an amazing combination, especially after seeing photos on Pinterest. And I thought I had to recreate that bedroom. So basically, this bedroom that I'm kind of building is supposed to be how I think Renesmee's room in the book, no, in the movie, sorry. How Renesmee Cullen's room in the movie verse would look like when she is older. I was trying to use a trick to make it seem as if I'm using two single beds to make a smaller double bed, I guess. And I do not remember if I actually used that trick, but I was trying pretty much every single lilac bed that was available in the game with lilac bedspread and stuff like that. And I just realized how we need more furniture in this game. We need more furniture in this game. So I tried to make this room look vintage because the cottage in the movie Breaking Dawn Part 2 is vintage, so it made sense if, Renesmee's room was vintage too. It was vintage in the movie, so yeah. If you'd like to, you can use this room. If you recreate the cottage in the future, I don't know, someone might want to create, a version of what the cottage might look like in 2 years or something like that. So, yeah. But this lilac bedroom and just the whole fanfiction made me think how in the movie Renesmee actually wears a lot of purple. I mean, she wears brown and green and yellow, but pretty much all of her outfits included at least one purple thing. And Mackenzie Foy, the actress who plays, one of the actresses who played Renesmee, the one we mostly associate with Renesmee, Mackenzie Foy in real life is or was a fan of the color purple. I don't know if she still likes the color. She could have changed her tastes. I mean, she's like 21 now, so you change. When I was her age, I changed a lot, mentally, and I changed my aesthetic. I was really into, before my 21st birthday, I really wanted to have a room that was with like brick walls and just very industrial. But then I turned 21, I changed my priorities, and I realized I had a completely different aesthetic. So, you change a lot. Like between that age 18 to 25, you change a lot. Like I'm almost 23, and I've changed a lot for those 2 years during the pandemic and stuff. You change. I mean, we change, all of our lives. We change all the time, but I feel like this 18 to 25 is such an underrated age, to be honest. Like, not in fiction, definitely not in fiction, but I don't know. Especially when you're like, I'm thinking how there isn't a lot of fiction about, at least I haven't come across stories about teenagers who are like 18, 19, and they haven't gone to college. I really want to read something that's, about teenagers, and it's not, like, I don't want to read something about 17-year-old teenagers who are just on the verge of going to college. I want to read something about teenagers who are like 18, they've graduated, but they decide not to go to college. Like, that's something that I definitely want to read. So I need to find something, and I definitely want to try writing something like that. Now, Renesmee's room was really hard to recreate because in real life, well, in the movie, she has some sort of built-in bookshelves, and her room's layout is never really revealed. Like, I'd love to see a blueprint of the cottage in real life so that I can try to recreate it as exactly as I possibly can. There are some amazing recreations on the gallery, but I feel like none of them is really the perfect cottage because we don't have a blueprint of the cottage in real life. So I actually used a trick by Simstopia to create a bay window seating because the bay window is where in the movie was Renesmee's white bed and nightstands. You know, you've seen the footage where Bella is reading a bedtime story to Renesmee and she's laying in this really cute white bed. It's really cute, you know, aesthetically pleasing. It's a wooden bed. It looks really nice. So, yeah, if you've seen it, I did have to recreate the bay window at one point because for some reason the pillows, the fake seating that I used basically was deleted, I think. So I did add some random pillows to make it look nicer. I tried to make it look really cool and cozy, and I think I ended up removing this white door. In the movie there's a white door for some reason that leads to practically nowhere unless Renesmee has like a little closet or something. I mean, she could have her own bathroom. See, that's why we need a blueprint of the cottage, so that we can recreate it. Because honestly, even if you don't like Twilight, this cottage is amazingly gorgeous. It's amazingly gorgeous, and I wouldn't blame it. I wouldn't blame you if you don't. I wouldn't blame you if you want to live in the same place in real life. The reason why I ended up removing the white door that basically leads to God knows only what was because I wanted to put a desk and bookshelves. And I wanted to mimic those built-in bookshelves that she has, but it was really difficult because it's really hard to just use like a. I want to realistically I would have to put the half a like half a sim square. Like you see those sim squares, you would have to put a wall between you would have to put walls, and it's really tricky. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it's super tricky. And apparently from the movie, what I remember was that Renesmee actually had like little windows in those built-in bookshelves. I think she only had like one. We need a blueprint. Without a blueprint, you can't really do much. And I tried to put a lot of lilac hints. I told you, lilac and darkwood is super underrated as a combo. And yeah, I ended up using debug items. And you will see me moving the desk, by the way, and getting rid of the bookshelf because there were already some shelves. It didn't make sense, and I wanted to give Renesmee like a full-sized wardrobe so that she can keep, I guess, coats and jackets and dresses if she has any, because you can't really fold them, you know, when you have dresses, especially expensive dresses. And her auntie Alice, you know, she probably buys her expensive dresses and stuff like that. Because you know how Alice is in the books and in the movies. She's the one responsible for the Cullens' wardrobes. And I tried using the OMSP shelf. I still prefer the Sims 2's OMSP. And I wanted to have an accent wall, but it ended up looking really weird. I wanted to put some nice pale cream or white colored walls, but I couldn't find anything that had a nice siding. So eventually I ended up going with I guess, kind of a dark cream. It's super neutral, but Renesmee realistically needs a flexible room. The kind of room where everything is super neutral and you just need some accessories to make it look goth or preppy or, I don't know, mature, sophisticated. Because Renesmee grows so fast. It's like she's already almost a preteen by the end of the movie, so in like 3 months she's gonna be like, what, 11? And at 11, you want to get rid of childish possessions. Now, actually, that's more like when you're, I don't know, 13. But a lot of girls between the ages of 11 and 13 get their so-called teen room makeover. And this is the kind of room that they're gonna have pretty much for the rest of their lives until they go to university or until they move out. So, yeah, I feel like Renesmee as a character is going to go through a lot of phases because she grows so fast. And I feel like she's gonna have an emo phase, she's gonna have a preppy phase, she's gonna have a lot of phases, in my opinion, but she's going to end up settling for something that's ultimately close to what she was like as a child. She's going to end up being probably a musician with a love for cardigans and lilac and lavender. I can even see her having daughters named Lila, not lilac, but Lila because it sounds like lilac, and lavender because of her love for, purple. I don't know. Maybe even violet. Like lilac, violet, and lavender. No, it sounds a mouthful, but I don't know. But yeah, I feel like she's gonna go through a lot of phases. So this is what I feel like her room is going to look like when she is like 17. I think she's supposed to be like 17 when she stops aging. And you will see me using this weird little sign here to make some sort of a custom bed, I guess. And I think it looks kind of weird, but it actually kind of works. It doesn't look too bad. And I think I just ended up using these little beds just to make it more purple-y, because the other one was gorgeous, don't get me wrong. It's just it looked too pink. I don't know. And I wanted to swap the bed after that, I believe. Like, I really just wanted to swap the bed. I ended up moving the door a little bit. I gave her a laptop, and I think I kept the door, by the way, just because it does exist in the movieverse. We don't know where it leads, but my headcanon is that she uses this door to sneak out, to go, I don't know, wherever she wants to go. Some people will be like, oh, she probably goes to the push to sneak out with Jacob. I mean, we don't know. That's why we need the new book, so that we can learn what is she like as a character. I wanted to use this bedspread, but can we please have that option that we had in The Sims 2, where we could choose the wood and the beddings separately, like the color of the bed, the color of the wood, and the color of the bedspread separately. We have this in The Sims 2, and it's so functional. But in The Sims 4, for some reason, we don't have that, and I really wish they could add it, because we wouldn't need to create custom beds. We wouldn't need to worry about that. I struggled a lot with the bed because I wanted something immaculate. I don't know. And I am still pretty much a newbie when it comes to The Sims 4, especially when I have to add those kinds of, I don't know, blocks to make it a room or something like that. I'm not used to it because I'm used to building with The Sims 2, so I don't even know if I'm supposed to be adding them. I think I'm supposed to be, but oh well. And this is the reason why I had to practically re-add everything. Like, I had to re-add the flooring, had to re-add the walls, had to re-add pretty much everything when it comes to, what was it called? The bay window. And I experimented with some paints. I wanted something neutral, just in case Renesmee suddenly decides she wants, I don't know, a yellow bedroom or something. In the book, from what I remember, Renesmee actually has a yellowish room. She has like an iron bed. No, she has an iron crib because apparently nothing else can kind of hold her because she's so strong. I haven't read the book, but I've read a lot about her book self, to be honest, because there's a lot of differences when it comes to Renesmee's book self and Renesmee's movie self. It's almost like they're two different people, to be honest. I ended up adding a lot of clutter. I added a dream catcher because I feel like Jacob would have made her one. I don't know if she has nightmares. In fanfictions that I've read, she has had a lot of nightmares in those fanfictions, but we don't actually know if she does. I've read that in the book she doesn't have any, but who knows. So I added a dream catcher, made it more greenish just because lilac and green is actually a really good combo. And I gave her some little books, I guess, or notebooks. I'll just pretend they're notebooks because, I mean, it just makes more sense. I believe I gave her, yeah, a gramophone. I don't think that's a record player. It looks more like a gramophone. Are they synonyms, by the way? Because in my language, I don't think they're synonyms. But I added clutter because you gotta add clutter. I added CDs, I added records because in the movie she is really into music. And I gave her like a custom laptop, I think. I got this, I believe I have Arnie's Plum Book mod or something like that. And at one point I thought it had default replaced all of my computers, but I don't think it actually did that. And I also put some custom pillows on the bed on the Bayside window. Very Riley Matthews like. I was into the show Girl Meets World. I kind of wish it was 2015 again because I really wish I could just watch it without feeling like I'm too old to be doing it, because truth to be told, the show was not bad. Like, the show was good, but I've seen season 1 of Boy Meets World, and Boy Meets World is definitely better. Like, it's better, I'm telling you. I added string lights because, come on, what teenager doesn't like string lights? And I also tried to add a little bookshelf, kind of built-in shelves, just to make it seem as if Renesmee has a little shelf to keep her, I guess, stationery or school books or something. I don't know. Because she would need some space for her school books, I guess. And I tried adding some records, and I really need to learn how to work with those shelves and stuff like that. But yeah, I tried to add a lot of clutter. As I was saying, Renesmee is a musical person. In the movie, she plays the piano, and I just thought it would make a lot of sense to give her clutter that's, appropriate. I don't know why I gave her... No, wait, I don't think... I gave her a little bonsai tree, some family photos. I think I'm about to give her some more books. And I gave her a little notebook. Because why not? Maybe... I don't see her as someone who is gonna be a composer like her dad. I feel like she's the kind of person who enjoys playing popular music on the piano. Like, I can see her just sitting next to her father and playing Bohemian Rhapsody, the ballad part, by Queen. I feel like she's gonna be the kind of person who plays maybe Stairway to Heaven, that kind of music. I just see her as someone who uses her ability, her musicality to get closer to people, because I don't know, she's gonna be curious about people, definitely. If you've been sheltered like that all of your life, you're gonna be curious, right? So we're at the end of this video, and I would like to thank you everybody for watching it, and I hope you use this room for inspiration or for your own I don't know, cottage, if you ever recreate the cottage from Breaking Dawn. Thank you for watching the video.